Hello, my name is Lanez and I'm back again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this right here, this glamorous makeup look. It's super cute. Yeah, so if you guys want to see exactly how I got this look, stay tuned for the rest of the video. And be sure to watch the entire video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is brush my brows into place with a spoolie, and don't mind how hairy my eyebrows are. I can't get them done during quarantine. So I'm just going to take my Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony by Anastasia Beverly Hills to fill in the ends, because that's where my hairs are the most sparse. I usually don't like to fill them in too far, but then I'm gonna just kind of brush that out. Then I cleaned up my brows with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. Now I'm just taking my Morphe palette and I use the shade Fire for my transition shade, and I'm really just packing that in with a dense brush. I repeated the same process to the other eye, and then with that same brush I cleaned it off and then went in with my Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics, and on the outer edge I just packed on that same color, and I'm using the orange shade that's like third column, third row. And then I'm just kind of packing that out and then blending it out a little bit to soften it up with a Morphe fluffy brush. Now I'm just repeating the same process to this other eye, but I actually picked up a smaller fluffy brush that is just usually for more detail, and then I took that nice fluffy brush and blended it out. Now I'm just going to take the yellow shade from that same palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just going to pack that on the edge of where I placed that orange color, and that's going to give you that nice blend. So I'm like packing it on and then I'm blending it out once I do that. So it has like that nice color concentrated look, but it's still kind of blended. So now I'm just going to take the pink shade from the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to pack that directly into my crease, like directly where you see the lines. And this is the pink shade that is the second color in the palette. Now that I'm packing this into my crease, I'm making sure that as I'm packing in this pink color that I'm keeping it in a almost like oval slash circular shape as I'm packing it on, because I'm going for a halo cut crease look, and that's going to be the key to having a really good look. Now I'm looking for a new brush to cut my creases with, because this is way too small, but I just haven't found one that I've really liked to use. So if you guys know like any like really good brushes to use, let me know in the comments below. But right now I'm just using this really tiny detail brush from the Jaclyn Hill collection, and I'm using the same concealer that I used to clean up my brows, is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And this is the color Warm Honey, and I'm just kind of packing that into my lid space. But this is my first time doing a halo cut crease in a minute, so this shape is kind of crusty, just at least for how I concealed it, but it's not going to matter because I blended it out. But I'm definitely going to be working on this a little bit. So now I'm just taking a very big fluffy brush from that same Jaclyn Hill collection, and I'm just going to blend out the outer edge, but making sure that I'm not touching at all the center portion, especially like where I have it like cut. Now I'm just going back in with the same colors that I used to do my transition. So I'm taking the color Fire, and then I'm taking the orange shade, but I did not use the yellow shade, and then I went back in with the pink shade from the Take Me Back to Brazil. And so I'm just packing that on and then blending it out until I get the effect that I want. But now I'm going to go back into the Morphe palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Sauce. Now this is a very like fiery kind of orange color, and it looks a little more golden on camera, but I was going for like kind of like a peachy, almost sherbet kind of look, where it's kind of like pink but still kind of orangey. I don't know how to describe the color I'm talking about, but that's kind of what I was going for. So now I'm just going to repeat the exact same process to the center of the lid, and I thought I was going to do another color at the top, so that's why I'm only packing it on at the bottom, but later I ended up putting it at the top as well, because I didn't see a color that like I really wanted to do a two-tone with that. So yeah. Now that that's done, I'm just going in with this NYX Glitter Goals liquid glitter eyeliner, and I'm just kind of like gently gliding that along my lid space just so it has a little bit more of a dramatic glitter effect. Then I'm taking this NYX white liquid liner, and then I'm going to be putting that right where I cut the crease just so it looks a little more defined. And this is a really cool hack to make your cut crease look a little sharper if you're not very good at this halo cut crease. Now I'm just going to be taking my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 430, and I'm going to rub that on with my silicone sponge, and I'm just going to rub that all over my skin. It looks a little like dark for me, but it ended up like looking fine as soon as it oxidized. But I really think it's just because even though it's summer, I haven't been going outside just because we're supposed to be inside during quarantine, so I still look really pale. So yeah, now once it's like all over my face, I'm just going to spritz my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm going to pat that all over my face and blend it out completely. And you want to make sure all of your foundation is completely blended and completely smooth before you go ahead and start highlighting and contouring. So here I'm just using the LA Girl Pro Concealer on my face, and I'm using the shade Warm Honey, which is a little bit too light for my face, and you see me realizing that now, but it ended up blending out okay. But I usually go in with Fawn, so later I added a little bit of Fawn to kind of blend it in more with my skin tone. And so lately I've been trying to find a different way to contour my nose, because I want my nose to be snatched, but I still want to look black. And I think the way people contour normally, it just kind of makes you have like a more like pointy kind of nose, and that's just not something that most black people have. So I've been playing around with a couple different ways to contour. So here you're just going to see me blending this out first, and then I'll come back and explain how I change my nose contour. But right now I'm just taking that damp beauty sponge and I'm blending out all the places where I highlighted except for my nose. Now I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Concealer in the shade 490, and I'm putting that in all the areas where I want to contour. And I like to do dots because this concealer is super pigmented. And then I'm just flipping that beauty sponge around, and I'm using the flat end to blend out for my cheekbones, so it's very chiseled and gives you a defined facial structure. Okay, so now let's get into this nose contour. I'm starting off by putting it in the center and then at the very bridge of my nose. And this is to give it like kind of a more round shape. And then I'm doing the same thing that everybody else does and creating a very small kind of line at the very tip of my nose, just so it has a very thin space so I can make my nose look very flat between my eyes, and then a little more round at the bottom. So we'll see how this turns out. So once that's done and I've gotten the shape, then I'm taking another brush, not a blending sponge, to blend that out just so I can keep that like sharp chiseled shape. And then I'm going to blend that out until you can't really see the line anymore, but you can still notice the definition in the nose. So I don't know if I completely like this method, but I think it's a good start because I kind of like how it turned out, but I think it could be better. But I just took some LA Girl Pro Concealer and I put that at the tip of my nose, and then also blended that out with the blending sponge. Now I'm just taking my Black Radiance True Complexion pressed powder, and I'm taking the middle shade to kind of set my foundation, and then I'm going to be going in with the darker shade to set my contour in place. And this isn't necessarily necessary, but I just find that it gives me the kind of matte look, especially since my skin for the most part is kind of oily. And then I'm going to take my favorite thing in the world, my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight, and I'm just going to be putting that on my cheekbone using a setting powder brush from BH Cosmetics. And then I'm taking my liquid liner from e.l.f. and I'm putting my mole back into place and then highlighting my eyebrows and anywhere else I need. And then I went to move some of the stuff I had in the background on my bed, and it just fell everywhere, and I was just like, oh my god. But I was just like, you know what, whatever. So I just kind of put everything else on the floor. But I'll see you guys in the next clip. Okay, so I went ahead off camera and just finished putting on lashes, and then I did my lip gloss. Okay, so I promise I'm not naked. I just have on a tube top, and I left my other chair outside, so I'm a little bit lower so you can't see my outfit. But I did the I took my mirror outside challenge, but this is how the final look came out. I'm super excited. It's really cute. And this is my first time kind of doing a halo cut crease in a minute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay guys, so we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you guys would like to see. I know you guys have been really enjoying my HBCU kind of college-like videos, but I'm not at school because, you know, Miss Rona. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!